My name is Greg Lemoine, and this is why you should look at me for your next position.
All right,
Roll it.
I think I'm done. You ready? Let's roll it.
So, my work history has been wonderful. I have had the greatest success. I'm originally from Wisconsin. I'm a USA teacher. I did all my training back in the States, but I've been overseas since about 2001, and several different countries, about 5 continents I've been on, and it's wonderful to teach in different kinds of international schools. My favorites, of course, are the schools where you have a multinational student body, a multinational staff. I've been in 7 different countries, and there's something great about each one of those countries, each one of those schools. It's difficult to describe a technology position, what I want or what I can offer for your school. It's going to take a little bit of discussion to find out where your school sits and what I can offer. I've done a wide range of both teaching and technology, and I've found a real mesh with it recently. Currently, I'm working in Future Lab, and that's really a maker space where I'm one of 3 teachers that the students come to. You come into my lab, it's our space to explore and build and problem solve. I know my pedagogy, I know my content, and I know a lot about the technology. So bringing all 3 of those together in a space with the students is really rewarding. So if you're asking me what I do in my free time, it depends on where I live, but almost every country I've lived in, I find a way to fly somewhere exotic and go underwater. My passion recently in the last 5 or 10 years has been diving underwater with camera. So I love to go underwater in the Maldives, for example. Underwater photography and video and training. I think the highlight of this school that I was teaching at was in my free time on Sunday nights. I was part of a big band jazz group, and I mean it was fantastic. I'm a saxophone player. The first time I showed up, I had not played my saxophone in 30 years. I'm not kidding you. And they're all like, just pull out the saxophone, Greg. We got one for you. So I did, and I started playing in that band, and we ended up with a concert for almost 1,000 people in a hall, and then we played the next day out in the desert. So that big band jazz was probably the ultimate as far as my free time besides diving. So the 2 things I would say in the recently that I've accomplished that are milestones for me or accomplishments are the book that I wrote and the podcast that I host with some other friends. And I guess the interesting thing is the book that I wrote is about job fairs, and it's because I've had so many job fair experiences over the years, and I wanted to give back to people because one of my philosophies is when I learn something new, I have to share that with somebody or share it with the world, share it with somebody, otherwise it's sort of waste on me. And that's the book. It's called Finding the Right Fit, and you can find that on Amazon, wherever. But the other thing is the podcast that I'm a co-host of. It's called the International Teacher Podcast. Is something that that's never been out there before, and it gives us a chance, us as co-hosts, give us a chance to share what we know about international teaching outside of school, outside of students. It's sharing it with the world so people can learn how to do that themselves and travel the world and teach. Wow, this is probably not the right time to leave professionally, and I'm still questioning my decision to move on to another school. My current school, I get along great with my admin. I have recommendations from all of them. You can reach out and talk to them. I have an excellent team right now in technology and in Future Lab. Love the students. I'm teaching K4 through 4th grade right now. So it's a fantastic job. I love this position. It's just a personal thing right now. My personal life is just sort of, I need to get out of here. Instead of waiting for 6 months to go on a vacation, no matter how beautiful it is, I just feel a little hemmed in right now. It's been 7 years, and in my lifetime, that's the longest I've ever stayed somewhere.
Like a pilot day.
Is it rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. This is scary. What? Help! Oklahoma! is Greg Lemoine coming to you live from Saudi Arabia, the apartment.